98.7 FM, Baraka, Yetiewo Babia.
All right, alhamdulillah, to our cherished listeners, inshallah, we are still trying to okay, this is Baraka 98.7 FM. All right. This is Baraka 98.7 FM. So our cherished listeners and our viewers on Facebook, yes, we're going to have a discussion with our own Sheikh, Sheikh Yahya Tuntunba, who is the aide to the Saudi Arabian ambassador to Ghana. Yes, we're going to have this particular conversation because at the weekend we had the lunch, yes, by an organization, a young, enthusiastic NGO that is coming strongly, and then, in fact, having their footprints across the length and breadth of the country. Yes, they were giving birth just a few months ago, but you could see what they are doing is really making impact in our various communities across the country. This time around, they have to collaborate with the mosque in Abeka.
In this vein, the Al-Fatah Foundation decided that why don't we go digital? We send Quran digital, not to replace the traditional method of learning, but to supplement it. Yes, to supplement it, and that is why you saw what you saw on Sunday at Bilal Center, where we launched the Al-Fatah Foundation launched technology, the digital Quran learning.
Because that is the way to go. So again, for the purposes of education, for those who might not really appreciate, if you say digital Quran, what do you really mean? Our objective of being able to recite
digital Quran is from digitalization, which refers to the use of electronic tools such as mobile applications, online Quran classes, audio-visual learning platforms, digital mushaf and tafsir libraries to support categories of people who want to learn Quran. Like if somebody wants to learn Quran and maybe he's so busy that he can go to the traditional method where he will sit in mosque or madrasa, sit before a sheikh. Then we are bringing this, we are trying to create this awareness, by piloting the project in some schools that you have seen. Bilal Center is one of the places we have just piloted the project, so that when that awareness is created, the different things, also through digital means, such as my mobile phone, I can actually go learn, or even in the house, my kids, they can be supported through the television in the house. So it's one of the brainchild of Bilal and the brainchild of Al-Fatah Foundation for Youth and Girls Education to create that awareness. So basically that's what we mean by say digital Quran learning. That is to create awareness that through your mobile phones, through your television sets, you can gain a great deal of knowledge to supplement whatever traditional things that you are doing, traditional method of learning that is going. As I want to just emphasize that we are not replacing the traditional method of learning Quran with the digitalization, but we just want to create an awareness that could be supplemented, and one can get access to learning the Quran from professionals. Yes.
So by this, the nature of it, is it only for students or for maybe people who are instructors who can also make use of it for it to be easy for their students? I mean, when I say by student, I mean, is it that maybe personally students who are already can on their mobile phone, or they need an instructor who will take them through, this is how you do it, and then maybe constantly in the classroom or wherever in lecture halls, they can take them through maybe a particular way of how they can have access to using it via online.
Yes. So as I mentioned before, this method, actually our objective is to create that access, to facilitate the mode of learning. And we appreciate some societies and communities may have deficiencies. So you may have a teacher who himself may need education, may need some kind of capacity building in terms of the Quran. So when it happened that way, it is very important that students who go to their various schools, they should still be educated on how they can improve their reading with the digital methods. with the digital method from professional, highly professional teachers online. Again, so the students can make good use of it. The kids, the pupils who go to the various madrasa, they can make good use of it. And that's why we are trying to pilot it in some schools. In our center, they have a school where they teach Quran. So that we have the digital, we have provided all the digital tools there. They have a television set with a complete set where they can learn the tajweed, they can learn the huruf, what we call huruf al-hijab, which is known in house as Beti or digital methods. And they can be able to learn how to pronounce the makharij al-huruf, how to mention each and every letter properly as it is known in Arabic. So the kids they can use it. So what we are doing here is directly to the schools, directly to the schools. But our general objective our the core objective is to send even information to the various categories of learners, the professionals, that they can also learn Qira'at. They can learn Qira'at. If you want to learn Qira'at, is a different, 10 different riwayat where the Quran is recited. Yes, you can be able to learn it through that. You can be able to learn it through. So that's a higher level. If you want to go to tafsir, you can also do tafsir from the digital platform. And if you want to also know other branches of knowledge, like mutashabihat,
98.7
al-am,
FM Baraka
something that is general and something that's specific. I mean, ulum al-Quran in general, you can learn from that. But now the focus is that, when you are bringing anything, you should be able to take it from stage to stage. Now the stage that we are in now is to make sure that the kids get access to digital learning to be supplemented with the traditional mode of learning that they are currently going through. So you go to the classroom, the digital television is there, the digital tools are there. The teacher helps them to be able to understand what is going on there. It helps them to be able to understand what is going there. So they will have the screen right away in their school, and after learning all over, then they come together and listen while they follow, so they get to better how they read the Quran.
So by this, Chef, it means that we have to encourage our masajid and some of our madrasa, those particularly who are doing strictly Quran studies in the various masajid, to have either a monitor or television set, or so that like a bigger screen, like the one I saw at Bilal Islamic Center that they had, so that a number of students, maybe in a group, could be able to learn, so that when they go home, at least through their phones or their parents' phone, they can be able to also trace the. I don't know whether by way of appreciating what you are saying, that's what it means now. It means that all the masajid, all the various halakat that are doing it in their various classrooms or in their various masajid should be encouraged to go in for either the bigger screen or the television set in their various mosques. So, Sheikh,
yes, for the so that's exactly what we want to create, that awareness.
Really appreciate.
So the awareness is very important, because Al-Fatah Foundation, we can be able to provide these things to all madrasas in the country. But we, after selecting a few schools to launch this, to pilot it, the awareness we are creating, that if you have learned how this is done, you are also encouraged to do similar thing in your madrasa or in your mosque, where you engage the kids. There are times kids come to mosques, the only thing we do is to suck them away because they are making noise. These same kids, we can just have a session, 1-2 hours, where instead of allowing them to be playing around, bring them together to listen to the Quran being recited on the screen, and to listen to engage them in programs on the screen that will boost their knowledge of the Quran. Like the recitation of Mushawi and the son, the boy, that will boost their. They'll be following for about an hour. Kids are in the masjid following the screen. And definitely, when you are going to digitalization of the Quran, there's a need for it to be controlled.
Okay.
Because when you go digital, that will mean you need the internet, and the internet sometimes can be a brainchild of Al-Fatah Foundation for Youth and Girl Child Education to create that awareness. So basically, that's what we mean by say digital Quran learning. That is to create awareness that through your mobile phones, through your television sets, you can gain a great deal of knowledge to supplement whatever traditional things that you are doing, traditional method of learning that is going.
take them through. This is how you do it. And then maybe constantly in the classroom or wherever in lecture halls, they can take them through maybe a particular way of how they can have access to using it via online.
Yes. So as I mentioned before, this method, actually our objective is to create that access.
Okay.
To facilitate the mode of learning.
Yeah.
And we appreciate some societies and communities may have deficiencies.
Okay. Yeah.
So you may have a teacher who himself may need education, may need some kind of capacity build in terms of the Quran. So when it happened that way, it is very important that students who go to their various schools, they should still be educated on how they can improve their reading with a digital method. With a digital method from highly professional teachers online. Again, so the students can make good use of it. The kids, the people who go to the various madrasa, they can make good use of it. And that's why we are trying to pilot it in some schools. General Center, they have a school where they teach Quran. So that we have the digital, we have provided all the digital tools there. They have a television set with a complete set where they can learn the tajweed, they can learn the huruf, what we call huruf al-hijah, which is known in Hausa as Bachi, Ko, Baki, Ko. And they can be able to learn how to pronounce the makharij al-huruf, how to mention each and every letter properly as it is known in Arabic. So the kids, they can use it. So what we are doing here is directly to the schools, selected to the schools, but our general objective, the core objective is to send even information to the various categories of learners. The professionals, that they can also learn Qira'at. You can learn Qira'at. If you want to learn Qira'at. Qira'at is a different, there are 10 different riwayat where the Quran is recited. Yes, you can be able to learn it through that. You can be able to learn it through. So that's a higher level. If you want to go to tafsir, you can also do tafsir from the digital platform. And if you want to also know other branches of knowledge, like mutashabihat, al-am, wa something that is general and something specific. I mean, ulum al-Quran in general, you can learn from that. But now the focus is that, when you are bringing anything, you should be able to take it from stage to stage. Now the stage that we are in now is to make sure that the kids get access to digital learning to be supplemented with the traditional mode of learning that they are currently going through. So you go to the classroom, the digital television is there, the digital tools are there. The teacher helps them to be able to understand what is going on there. It helps them to be able to understand what is going there. So they will have the screen right away in their school. And after learning all over, then they come together and listen while they follow. So they get to better how they read the Quran.
So by this, Sheikh, it means that we have to encourage our masajid and some of our madrasa, those particularly who are doing strictly Quran studies in the various masajid, to have either a monitor or television set, or so that like a bigger screen, like the one I saw at Bilal Islamic Center that they had, so that a number of students, maybe in a group, could be able to learn, so that when they go home, at least through their phones or their parents' phone, they can be able to also trace the. I don't know whether by way of appreciating what you are saying, that is what it means now. It means that all the masajid or all the various halakat that are doing it in their various classrooms or in their various masajid should be encouraged to go in for either the bigger screen or the television set in their various mosque.
Yes, so that's exactly what we want to create, that awareness. So the awareness is very important, because Al-Fatah Foundation, we can be able to provide these things to all madras in the country. But we, after selecting a few schools to launch this, to pilot it, the awareness we are creating, that if you have learned how this thing is done, you are also encouraged to do similar thing in your madrasa or in your mosque, where you engage the kids. There are times kids come to mosques. The only thing we do is to suck them away because they are making noise. These same kids, we can just have a session, 1-2 hours, where instead of allowing them to be playing around, bring them together to listen to the Quran being recited on the screen, and to listen to engage them in programs on the screen that will boost their knowledge of the Quran. Like the station of Mishawi and the son, the boy, that will boost their. They will be following up for about an hour. Kids are in the masjid following the screen. And definitely, when you are going to digitalization of the Quran, there's a need for it to be controlled.
Okay.
Because when you go digital, that will mean you need the internet, and the internet sometimes can take you somewhere. So that will mean that there should be an instructor who will block certain adverts. Advertisements that will block certain adverts from popping up, that will block other platforms from coming up, because kids can be tempted to just look into some of these things that come up and they'll be distracted. So we are aware of the distraction that come with digitalization, digital teaching of the Quran. We are aware of that, and that is why there's a need for it to be controlled. It shouldn't be left. It should be controlled. There should be a time for screen, so that it wouldn't distract them and it wouldn't take them away from the traditional method. They will still continue to learn from their scholars, from their teachers. But this will supplement the work they're doing and to make it more interesting. And it will also conform to the digital age that we are in. Yes.
One very important observation when I was there at the lunch, I realized was that, during the time we were going through similar training, hardly would you even know that, this is the picture, or maybe a photo, maybe a video of maybe Abdul Basit of Masr, or how do you call it? Some of the scholars, some of the Khufaz, Abdullah al-Matrud. You barely don't even know the person. You cut the voice. You are even learning. You are imitating the person, emulating, but you don't even know how does the person look and what have you. But today, like you're saying, through this, the student, as young as he or she is, will be able to know that identify with Sudais or Shuraim or whoever. I don't know whether that is also another dimension of our discussion.
Exactly, that's very important. And more importantly, going beyond just knowing the person, is to watch the map. The map. Because the Quran, the Makharij al-Huruf, as you know, one of the best ways to know how to pronounce each letter is watching the map of your scholar and trying to do the same thing. Each and every letter, there is a way your tongue has to touch a particular place. Like, for example, Sa. If you don't watch how the tongue of your scholar comes to above or comes out of the teeth, there's no way you can mention Sa. And so you have to mention Sa by looking at how your ustads or the reader. So definitely this video, the visuals will help you so much. When you sit behind the screen, then the ustads bring out the tongue to mention Sa. Then Zalun, the same thing, Zalun. A'udhu. You can see during the Quran, the Musabaqa, a lot of the students, we have a lot of problem with how they mention Zalun and Za. Za, the tongue remains in the tongue and the teeth will close. So you need to mention, these are Za. Then Inna Anzalnahu. Zalnahu. So you mention, you see how the Ustaz mention it, and then you also do the same thing. So it helps so much in trying to let the child know how to mention each and every letter. So that is going beyond even knowing the reciter. You get to emulate how the mouth moves with each and every letter of the Quran.
And again, one of the resource persons, the guest speaker who spoke, and he was making interpretation on with regards to how best you can make use of initiative like this, and was also reminding us that you should go beyond recitation and then beyond memorization. I don't know, maybe if you can touch on that for us.
Exactly. So he's talking about when Allah says, وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. We have made the Quran easy as a reminder. Is there anyone that will take lessons? Is there any that will take lessons? Where he spoke about أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنَ. Do they not reflect upon the Quran? And just beyond the reading, beyond hearing the Quran, you need to reflect upon the Quran. Reflecting upon it, open before you doors of such understanding that will fit into your generation. So when you look at وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. We have made the Quran easy. I think the founder of Al-Fatah Foundation might have thought of this verse very well, and then maybe come out with how can we make Quran easy in this era. Because at the time of the revelation of the Quran, if you are to talk about digitalization, probably nobody will even understand at that time. But Muslims reflected over this, and you go into all the digital platforms. There are various digital mushaf, digital tafsir, digital qira'at. There are books, there are platforms, there are digital Qur'ans that are written in Warsh, and that will be able to tell you there are colors that will tell you this is where Warsh differs from other recitations, and this and that. There are colors, red, green, yellow, and then purple, different colors to show you that this is where Warsh is different from this. This is where Khalad, who reported of Hamza, differed from this, and they will tell you different things about the different recitations, Qalun, and they will tell you about Ibn Kathir, Qumbul, and many how they differ from. So you can go and download Warsh Quran, and then you'll be able to read it, and then of course you need an instructor here to be able to tell you how to do this and that. So that's how beautiful it is. So I'm sure the founder Al-Fatah, may Allah bless him, and the Al-Fatah Foundation in general, they might have thought deep into this, and they said, one of the ways of making the Quran easy in this era is for us to go digital, and that is a way of thinking and pondering over the Quran. Pondering over the Quran reflects so many, and that's what the guest speaker Imam Mukhtar was actually talking about.
Okay. Now again, Sheikh, so it means that with apart from our instructors or ulama or scholars, parents, do you have any stake in this particular direction because they have the kids?
Great, very important. And that is why when I talk about control, I don't believe you have to keep digital gadgets in the hands of kids to do whatever they want with it in the name of learning Quran. I don't believe in this. And that is not our objective. And that's why we don't go mobile. We went digital, but we are piloting this project. Al-Fatah Foundation is piloting this project with buying screens and the remote controllers to be kept in the mosque or in the madrasa or in a school. And for now, the funder have designated about 3 schools now. We want to do that on Bilal's Center, and then also Dean Institute and Suhum, where this will be placed in the school. It will be placed in the school. So there will be a time when the ustads will bring different categories of students.
Exactly.
If they have to learn the alphabet, they will sit and learn the alphabet. If they have to learn Surah Al-Fatiha, then they will come and listen. Then the ustad will tell you, see what I was telling you this. Alhamdulillah, you don't say Alhamdulillah. Then they will see, the reciters say Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. How to mention the Ra and not Rabbil Alameen. Rabbil Alameen, the Ain. You say, so this is how it's done. And maybe there will be colored, there will be the remote that will be pointing to where you are supposed to recite it in this particular manner. So it's supplement. Once it's supplement, what we need to know is that the role of teachers is very important. And when it is to be done at home, as part and parcel of getting the awareness, is that parents should not just leave kids to their time. They should control them. There will be a time they will put them by the screen. They will sit down 20 minutes and they will follow the reading, and then they can put it off. And they shouldn't try to go digital by putting the phone gadgets where a kid will have the phone, because after playing and the person is tired, especially when the particular internet browser they are using is not controlled. It will be popping them so many other things before I distract them and take them to other platforms that is not intended for that. Before you know, somebody through digital learning has entered into different platforms. So the role of parents is very important. Monitoring and control from the house is very, very important in this regard.
And I'm so amazed because when you look at the Bilal Islamic Center, the originator or the man who really championed the cause of putting up the kids to be able to have this access or to be able to have knowledge of reciting and reading the Quran, who is a very old man, the chief of a community. And significantly, it means our leaders has a role to play when it comes to some of these very important intervention you are coming out with. the digital Quran initiative. What do you say, or what would be your advice to our leadership, our chiefs, our ulama, those who are in charge of most of the masajid? Some other places, they have even come to an understanding of allowing some of the ulamas to take the kids through those teachings becomes a challenge because the issue of ownership and what have you. What would be your advice generally to our leadership in our various communities about this particular initiative you are bringing on board?
Yes. So that's very wonderful thing you mentioned, especially the chief Ni Ayete the first.
Yeah.
Ni Ayete the first. I think he was the chairman for the program.
Yeah.
He was the chairman of the occasion. Yeah. I understood that his role came in when they told him that they were going to do zonal Quran competition. Zonal competition. He said, "Oh, this is going to be done in my zone. Then I have made it a flagship program initiative of mine."
MashaAllah.
A flagship initiative of mine. And when you look at Bilal Islamic Center itself, the brain behind it, the brain behind it is actually the same founder of Al Fatah Foundation.
Oh,
Al Fatah Foundation. He is the brain behind it. Because
MashaAllah.
I'm very close with. I've been with him since the beginning.
MashaAllah.
From the construction stages, lifting the mosque from its first floor to where it is now. The second and the third floor, and creating all the avenues and the rooms there. He is still the brain behind it, and I know every detail about the project until the stage, even the selection
very small
of the
space,
name.
but they've been able to make use of it.
Yes, selection the name of Al Bilal. But the chief role came in when he was so much happy that Bilal Islam Center, with the instrumentality of the founder of Al Fatah Foundation, is going to do a program like this in his constituency. When he was invited, he said, "I'm so much happy, and I support this, and I've given my blessings, and I'm ready to attend the program, the project." And this is what we expect from our leaders.
Exactly.
Traditional leaders, the imams, the chief imams, the zonal imams, the municipal imams, they should support some of these initiatives. They should put their weight behind such initiative that will keep the youth engaged in the Quran. And you have heard what the chief Ayite, the first said. He said, when you go to any community, he being a chief, he's fully aware of Langar's operations. And he mentioned that when you see any Langard, and you can see that if this one has learned the Quran, he wouldn't be engaged in very violent activities.
That's true.
Those who learn Quran, the Quran guides them to knowledge, it guides them to discipline, gentleness. Even if he's a Langard, is still different from others. Still different from others. Still different from others. So basically, the chief gave his blessings and he gave his support and attended the program. And I was shocked to see him recite the Quran very beautifully. He said Surah Al-Duha, was quoting from the Quran left and right. That shows how the chiefs, that particular chief in particular, and then I'm sure many of his kind are many. What we just encourage is that any leader in the society, whether you are Muslim or not, throw your weight behind such good initiatives. Because if there's Quran in your society, it's well recited and acted upon, it's going to bring you more bliss, it's going to make the youth of your community more competent. It's not going to reduce them, but it's going to increase them in all kind of goodness. Support education, educative activities of all kinds, the Quran recitation, religious activities, and then also all kind of learning. We pray that leadership of the community will throw their weight behind it to give way to whatever these schools are doing under their jurisdiction.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Now, Sheikh, again, apart from the Quran, you mentioned tafsir or made ulum al-Quran generally that you spoke about. Yes. So it means maybe you can elaborate on some of the benefits that it comes along with, apart from the recitation and then emulating some of the renowned scholars or reciters.
Yes. So as I mentioned, the Quran, subhanAllah, is an endless ocean. The Quran is an endless ocean. And then when you throw yourself in it, you are likely to swim from place to place and place to place until it is time for you to meet your Creator. It's time for you to meet your Creator. So at any moment in time, no matter your level of knowledge, you can still be a student of knowledge, a student of the Quran. So if you start the Quran, number one, by learning the alphabet, You finish the alphabet, then you learn how to read the Quran. The scholars used to call this particular method i'rab al-Quran. That i'rab is not the i'rab of nahu.
Yeah, okay.
When they say kanu yabda'una bi-i'rab al-Quran, they used to start with what? Learning the Quran. I'rab is to learn the tilawat al-Quran bil-talaq ma tajweed. So first of all, read the Quran with tajweed. To memorizing it. After you memorize it, then you move to understanding its meaning. Because the most important aspect of the Quran is understanding the meaning and acting upon it. And then understanding of the Quran meaning, there are different tafsir, and many of these tafsir are online now. They are digital now. Tafsir Ibn Kathir, very popular. Tafsir Tabarani is there. At-Tabari is there. And then we have Tafsir Ulum al-Quran, Ulum al-Quran wal-Hikam al-Qurtubi. All these books are there. You can learn Tafsir al-Sa'di. They are all there, both in Arabic, and some of them are there in English as well. Some of them are there in English. And then some of them have abridged forms. The English version, the English library, there's still so much work to be done on it. But in Arabic, almost everything is online. Everything has been digitalized. But the English version, there's so much still work going on. But you can still find translated ones with some little